How you doing? This is Sean from Reef Stabilization Creations, and I wanted to give you an update on the zeovit system. I haven't given you guys an update in a while because I've just been trying to get this all settled in. I had the quarantine tank up here. Now I purchased the Green Machine 24 watt UV for the downstairs. I told you guys that in the last update. When I did that, the downstairs tank cleared up immediately. Now I've had older tanks. I've had systems down for over 4 years, and I've always used the UV with great success. Now there's ick in the ocean on fish, and there's ick in your tank on fish. You can eliminate it totally, or you can control it, and it could possibly eliminate also. I believe you eliminate in your tank very easily with a proper use of a UV over a period of time. So I tried that downstairs, and I've had great success. I had great success with very powerful UVs. Now these ones are cheaper. Now people criticize them. I've done my reviews and my research on this UV, and I found several reviews that say that it kills saltwater ick. Now I had my doubts because from what I've read in the past on articles and research about UVs and killing marine ick, you have to, what I've read, you have to have 54 watts or above. Now this was years ago, mind you. Now some people would tell me, oh no, you just have to have this slow flow passing through the light, it doesn't matter what the wattage is. So I decided to get a mediocre UV that I thought would possibly do the job. I researched it, read about this one, purchased it off Petco.com, has a pump, bulb, UV, everything for $63. Put it downstairs, great job. Put one on here, put my fish in after I quarantined them for a bit. I think they still had a little bit of ick on them after quarantining, just a teeny bit. I wanted to test that theory by putting them in here and to see if this UV would work on this one, because this is a brand new UV, so I have 2 of them now. And this tank came up, it's doing phenomenal. The UV is working, the fish are healthy, little angel fish popping out. I did purchase a cleaner shrimp down there. He was the one that was keeping my corals alive while I basically had no fish in there, just to feed him a little bit. The corals are doing great. The zeovit, I backed off on vodka dosing, and I backed off on microbacteria 7 because my algae has been clearing up. I've been using the reactor, dosing the reactor. Now partially it could be helped because of the UV. The water quality will definitely get better with the UV. You don't believe what people tell you when they say that they don't work. They do work, they do help the tank, and if you have one, it's just going to help you keep your tank cleaner. It's the same thing as if you had, it's even better, I heard, if you have ozone, but I'm not putting ozone in my house. So a little viewing of the corals here. I just wanted to, you can't see them very well because the halide shut off, so it's just a Kessel right now. But there's my green slimer. That coral is doing great. It's starting to show a little bit of growth and starting to color up. You can't really see it in this spectrum. I have a sour patch coral in the back. There's a blueberry stag. There's a red planet back there. This is the red planet. It's a bit of a small red planet, but it's starting to color up. That's the blue stag. It's really starting to show blue on its tips. This is a green acro. I'm not sure what kind it is, but I got it downstairs in my big tank. I have some acros downstairs. I will give you an update on that tank also, but this coral I have downstairs and it looks great. It's really shows its hairs awesome downstairs. 2 pieces of green slimer, and then there's a sour patch. This Hawkins is doing phenomenal. It's starting to color up. It was looking like it was gonna die because, like I said, I wasn't maintaining downstairs properly. Now in the back I have the digitatas. Those look pretty good. They don't look spectacular. This is a Pasillipora I purchased at a show, and it looks great. My wife loves it. She says, I love the way it looks with the hair. This is a Stylophora. That looks good. That's actually growing. I could tell it's been growing. Now I put some other pieces up here that aren't SPS. I put a few acans and a few other pieces of Blasto. This is a new Blasto I picked up a few months ago, and it's like a red, deep red color. I have the old one, the one that everybody has downstairs, the green and red one, which is pretty, and that's got a lot of heads. This acan my wife really likes. It's popping heads out everywhere. This one you can't see the color, but it's a purple acan. Then I have a red, another orange one over here that's popping heads out everywhere. It was only one head when I purchased it. And this is a Lafastria, blue Lafastria. You can't see the spectrum of the blue until I get the halide on. I'll do a better video when the halide's on, but it just shut off on me. I don't like to have it on too long with this tank because I was trying to kill the algae. There is still some algae on the glass. I only cleaned the front glass due to the fact that I want, I'm trying to encourage some algae it's supposed to be good for your tank and your tanks, and they pick at it, so they like it. Now, as far as the sump goes, let me change this disco lighting for you. I just wanted to show you one of the options that you have with it, like just to like show off a little bit. I've been having great success, especially with the skimmer. When I do a water change, I've been doing one twice a week because I overdose magnesium just a teeny bit. It's a little high, and I wanted to keep on top of my nitrates and phosphates, so I decided to do more water changes than normal. The sump is actually getting tons of sponge growing in there, some orange cryptic sponge that I had downstairs. When the lighting's off, I dose this is not a lighted refugium. This is the way you're supposed to set up zeovit. So I put, I dose sponge power, I'm using the zeoback, and I'm doing the zeo start. Now all the products from zeovit are great. As long as you pay attention to how you're dosing them, they're great. And I can't say any more about that. You just really have to eyeball your corals. I'm changing the filter sock, and I'm emptying the skim mate every 2 days. Now, that's a lot. People say that's all. Some people do it every day, but with me doing this, it's made a significant difference in the water quality and how my corals are responding. What I do notice is that when I use a lot of the Zeo Start to try to eat up some of the nitrate and phosphate, I tend to have to feed heavier after. The corals want to eat, and you could tell when they're not eating enough. So what I've been doing is I've been using a lot of the Coral Vitalizer, and the corals just love that. They really respond to that. So I just wanted to give a shout out to you guys and let you know what was going on, and make sure you know I'm still alive. It's been a few weeks since the last update. I wanted to make sure everybody was healthy in here. Most of the fish look really, really healthy. I have a one of the yellow tangs actually looks like he has an injury on him. I don't know if he scraped himself in the rocks or something. We'll see if he heals up. But the other two look phenomenal, and so does the angelfish. And I know there's no parasites anymore because they're all breathing normal and nobody's flashing. If there is, there's probably one parasite that will get zapped through the UV in the months to come. Like I said, I explained my theory on that already because of experience. But I just wanted to give you that update. Things are doing great. The skim mate, like I said, what I do is when I do my water change, I add a little extra water so that it skims heavier for the first day. And I make sure I remove more of that garbage that's in there, and believe it or not, it pays off for me. It cleans the water up really, really nice. I have to order some new zeolites because I'm getting close to the maximum time, I believe. Matter of fact, I think I'm supposed to have already changed them, but you can go a little longer. It depends on what form you're looking at, and for beginners and such. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. The J-Bow doser has been working fine. That's been great. The J-Bow doser has been great. The auto top off has been perfect. It's kept all my levels spot on. What I do is I put this inside. It's Kent Super Buffer for DKH. It's to raise the pH and add alkalinity. I think it's like a soda ash. It dissolves instantly, not like kalkwasser. I've always used this in my SPS tanks. It seems to work better than kalkwasser for me, and I'm getting good response and growth out of it in the past. My downstairs tank, the acros look great. This is just a new tank, so it's going to take some time. But I will give you guys more updates in the future. I just wanted to give you a short one now. I'll try to give you an update when the lighting's on the right spectrum so you can see some of these things. But sometimes in actinics it actually comes out better. And some of these acros are still kind of brown. They're not really coming back yet. Some of them are, so that's a good sign. I did lose one piece when I initially, right after the last update I gave you, but it was looking like it was in bad shape anyways, and I put it downstairs and it just didn't make it. But like I said, I'm a cheaper reefer, and a lot of these frags I've gotten from friends or traded. Some of them I bought at shows, some of them I ordered online. I hate to lose ORA corals, that's for sure. But I just wanted to give you that update. The reactor's great, the skimmer is phenomenal, and everything so far is great. What I do have to do still is a few things. I've made some adjustments to my wire board, and my apex I have to still hook up the pH probe. I haven't done that yet. I got the temp probe, and I have the conductivity salinity probe, which I'm not a fan of. But what I have to learn more into it. That's the only reason why I'm not a fan. I have to read more about the salinity and how that works. It's a little different with that. But I'm really concerned with the pH. I want to make sure that's spot on. Testing it like with the probe is perfect. I have a Milwaukee downstairs, and that thing's phenomenal. So I would imagine the Apex is just as good. I will give a review on it. I just want to give a quick review again on the quiet one. I reviewed it before and I said I wasn't that much of a fan, but I like it now. I like it better than the older unit. It's a lot quieter. And the old one I brought it. I just think the new one is better. I was a little skeptical at first because it didn't seem like it had power, but I just had to turn it up a little bit more, and it's so quiet in comparison to the old one, and that's why I like it better. So feed your corals, don't starve them, because once you start dosing vodka or doing zeovit, you definitely got to feed them, or your SPS won't grow. This is no longer just going to be SPS. Obviously, I put some other A-cans and such in there, but I think it'll be just fine. It's mostly going to be SPS. There's probably 20 SPS corals in there right now, which is a lot. So we'll keep giving you updates, and this is Reef Stabilization Creations, and this is Sean, and I hope you enjoy the videos. Thank you.